Highlander58 here. Can you guess where I'm at? If you guessed Amicalola State Park, you're correct. I got to the park about 3:30, quarter to 4 today. It's Monday. It's February 29th. And I decided to treat myself to this. I got a room at the lodge. It's a beautiful place. It's above the falls. You can walk down to an overlook. The approach trail is 5 minutes from here. I did not walk up those stairs, those 400 and or whatever, 406 or 604 steps. You know, stair steps by most building codes in this country have to be 8 inches high, an 8-inch riser. And it's not the way people walk. And I wasn't going to carry a 30-pound pack up those 8-inch risers for, 406 steps. I know some people might think I cheated. I'll make it up to you. I decided to get a room, and my ride dropped me off here. I did take a walk. I walked for about a mile. I checked out the area. It's absolutely gorgeous up here. Just saw a beautiful sunset. Had dinner in the restaurant here, and it was okay. And took a few pictures. And I'm back in my room, and I wanted to let you all know what was going on. I'm going to start the hike probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock tomorrow. I'm waiting to look at the weather. I'm not worried about getting wet. It's supposed to rain. There's thunderstorms coming in. I want to kind of feel that out. I talked to the front desk. I've been on my weather channel on my iPhone. I've been following it very closely. I did stop by the visitor center, and I registered. I had done it online with the ATC, yeah, the ATC. And when I signed in, I noticed that there were only 4 hikers before me starting tomorrow, and that was at 4 o'clock. So I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of people starting with me tomorrow morning. I am hiker 260 of the class of 2016. So there's 259 hikers that registered and started before me. That's kind of cool. It just hit me about an hour ago that I'm here. All the training and the pre-hikes and the gear, buying more gear, testing it and eliminating certain gear and adding gear, and it's just, and making the videos, and it's been a great ride, and it all comes down to this. As I said, it begins. I did make some changes to my gear recently, and a lot of it's because of what you fine folks suggested, and I really appreciate it. Some things I kept out of necessity, and some things out of comfort, but I did make some pretty significant changes. A big change I made was in my cook set. I had that Trangia alcohol stove with the collapsible firebox, and it's a great system. It really is. But I was looking at it one day, and I said, wait a minute, I got 8 ounces of alcohol plus the weight of the bottle, and then I've got the firebox, which weighs 8 ounces, and then I've got the Trangia alcohol stove, and that weighs, I think, 4 or 5 ounces. I thought, that's a lot of weight. So I decided to go back to my Optimus Crux. It's a little gas stove. You screw into the top of the 4-ounce gas bottles, canisters, and that the gas weighs 4 ounces, and the Crux actual stove, the little legs that fold out, I think it's 3.5 ounces. I'm not sure, but it all fits inside my cook set. You recall I had some very beefy looking wool, I think they were alpaca actually, gloves. They looked like Mickey Mouse hands, so they were warm, but they got dirty very easy, wet very easy, and then they really smelled. They were hard to get dry. So I got rid of those, and I got these here, if you can see them black on black, but these are Nomex military flight gloves. and I really like them because they fit better. They have a better fit onto my hand. The top portion is Nomex, and it feels like a fleece. It's flame resistant, and you can see the dexterity I have in these. And of course, the palms are leather. So another thing I like about them is I got this like gauntlet thing going on here. So my jacket sleeves will fit well over them, keep the drafts out. So obviously these probably going to end up going home in summertime. I don't know yet. We'll see. So I really like those, and they were like 20 bucks. So I also dug out an old pair of bike gloves I had. I used to do a lot of bicycle riding many years ago, and I've got these, they're fingerless bike gloves. That's all they are. They got fantastic grip on them right here. They're very light, very comfortable. They're synthetic, so they'll dry quickly. And I'll be using these primarily up in New England when I'm doing a lot of rock climbing. I have to use my feet and my hands, so I got those. I also picked up this at the last minute. It's got a compass. It's a whistle, a thermometer, and a magnifier. Now I have all those items except the magnifier on my watch, but I needed a whistle, and this was a nice little combination for $3.95. So major thing that I changed was in my footwear. If you recall, in my gear preview, I have a pair of Merrell water shoes, and I love Merrell. I'm wearing my Merrells right now, actually, my boots, my mid boots. Those shoes weigh over 2 pounds, and they are very uncomfortable. I only wear those shoes around camp or when I'm fording rivers or streams. And I thought about, in the summertime, I don't know if I want to hike in boots. I want to be comfortable, and I wanted something lightweight. So I did some research, talked to some people I know, some runners, and they said I should get a pair of Salomons. So I purchased a pair of Salomon Speedcross 3s. This is the latest model. As you can see right here, it's a mud and snow. Tremendous amount of tread. I've already had these out on a run, a walk, a brisk walk. These things are awesome. They're a little tight because they're running shoes, so they really hug your feet. And they've got a nice little lacing system here where you just pull this up, and each of the shoes has, like, you can't really see it in here, a little garage, a little elastic flap that you can tuck all the excess lace up in there. And the tread on these things is killer. I mean, you can see that tread. So I was thinking, like, I could use these in the summer to hike in, and I don't have to wear a heavy sock. I can actually wear a dress sock, a synthetic polyester, like a dress sock, the same kind I'm going to use to line my Darn Tough socks, because these shoes fit, and I've tried it. If they fit so snugly on your feet don't move hardly at all, and they're highly cushioned, really well cushioned. So I'm not really worried about blisters. They do run a little small, so if you're going to get some, I wear a 10.5. I got an 11. I could have gone to 11.5 and I'd have been fine, but these are okay with the thinner socks on. However, they're dual purpose because I got these really wet. I mean, soaking wet. And I took them off. They drain real well through the mesh here. And I took the liners out, and they dried very quickly. So I'm thinking, like, okay, I can use these as a summer trail runner shoe, and I can also use these as a water shoe. And these weigh, I think, 18.5 ounces the pair together, 18.5 total. And the other ones were over 2. So cut some weight, and I got a pretty good deal on these, and I may end up shipping my boots home in the summer. Don't know yet. We shall see. Okay, so some small things. I got a little book here. It's just like a little notebook, and I'm gonna keep track of my expenses. Okay. In the previous video, I talked about a hiking pattern that I was thinking about trying, and as you know, everything changes on the trail, and I'm prepared for that. I'm keeping an open mind, but I thought about, based on my age, and my my ability. Um, I want to try to hike 8 hours a day and give myself a 2 hour window at the end of that day. And what I mean by that is if I hit 8 hours and I'm only a mile and a half from a shelter or a good campsite, I'll continue to hike up until say 6. If I start at 8, I go to 4, I may go to 6. That gives me time to set up before it gets dark. I want to try to set a goal of 16 miles a day, not to start, but probably do 12, 14, again, depending on where I need to be, to get a ride into town or to resupply, or where I need to be to get to a shelter for water. That's kind of my goal, and I want to hike like 6 days a week. If you take a 7-day week, I'll hike 6 days and I'll take a 0. I would love to hit 20, 25 miles, 27 miles a day, and maybe in a couple of months I can do that. But I have to be realistic. I have to listen to my body, and I have to know my limitations, because I'd rather hike a steady pace that's comfortable and safe, and stop when I'm tired. If you have suggestions or comments about that, hey, I love to hear them. But the bottom line is I'm going to hike my hike, and I'm going to take my time. And I got 7.5 months to do this hike before they shut down Katahdin, and I hope to finish by mid-September. That's my goal. And I don't want to take a whole lot of 0 days. I don't want to hang out in trail towns more than I have to. It's resupply, do your laundry, get a bite to eat if you're so inclined. Good night's sleep, get back on the trail, and that's what I want to do. So anyway, that's where I'm at, and I still, it's like I gotta pinch myself, because it's like I'm here. It was a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, and I highly recommend that you do that. That you get the gear you can afford and get out there and really try it, and do some miles. Do some 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 mile pre-hikes, and push yourself a little bit, and listen to your body, check your gear, and make sure you don't sacrifice safety and for economics or weight. I can carry a 38-pound pack with no problem. It's going to be harder, sure. I don't want to carry 38 pounds. I'm not carrying 38 pounds. They say you got to eat 4,000 calories. No way. There's no way I'm going to eat 4,000 calories in a day. I don't think. I'm not going to carry a whole lot of water. I have a liter, a smart bottle, and I have a 32, I think it's a 32 ounce. I know it's this. It's a smaller smart bottle. I've got the flip top because somebody told me I can use this to back flush my Sawyer squeeze and not take the syringe. Good advice. I tried it. It does work. So when I get to a water source, I'm going to drink an entire one of these. I'll stay there for 10 minutes. I'll fill this up, or I'll fill up my Sawyer bag, little platypus bag that comes with it, something like that, and I'll filter it, and I'll drink it, and then I'll fill this up again after I filter it again, and I'll leave. And that's about it. What can I say? You're welcome to follow me along. I appreciate all the comments, all the suggestions, all the encouragement, and I'm going to film as much as I can and download and upload as often as I can. And they're not going to be 20-minute videos, I don't think. I want to try to shoot highlights of the day, and I will make sure I label in the description the day and try to remember what day it is and tell you that. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to play out, but my biggest fear is getting injured, and I'm going to take a very deliberate hike, which means I'm going to be very aware of my surroundings and try, even when I'm filming video, to be aware of what's on the ground below me. I made all my phone calls to my kids, to my grandkids, to my friends on Facebook, and now I'm chatting with you fine people. So I'm going to take a really long bath, and then I'm going to go to bed. And that very, very comfortable looking bed behind me. And when I get up in the morning, I'm gonna have a hiker breakfast. I'm not gonna go down and eat that breakfast buffet. I don't want to fill up on a bunch of that food they serve down there. I mean, right now I'm starting to get a little bit of indigestion from what I ate down there already. So thanks for coming along. You're certainly welcome. And I'll get the videos out as soon and as often as I can. There may be a 3 or 4 or 5 day gap. By the time you see this video, I'll be asleep. I'm actually going to upload it. I got great Wi-Fi right here, so I'm going to upload it here at the lodge. And I'll see you fine people on the trail. Good night.